My name is Allison, and I'll never forget the moment my Aunt Linda called me a family failure while sitting on the couch in the house that I secretly owned. It started 6 months earlier when my grandmother passed away. I was her favorite grandchild. We'd spent countless hours together baking cookies and talking about life while everyone else was too busy. Her lawyer, Marcus Chen, called me into his office. "Allison, your grandmother left you her house," Marcus said, sliding papers across his desk. "The entire property. But there's something unusual in her will." "What do you mean?" I asked. "She specifically requested that you not tell anyone for 6 months. She wrote a letter explaining why." He handed me an envelope. I opened it and read her elegant handwriting. "My dear Allison, Linda has always felt entitled to what isn't hers. Let her show her true colors before you reveal the truth. Trust me on this. I know my daughter better than anyone." "This is bizarre," I said. "Linda's been living there for years." "Rent-free, I assume?" Marcus asked. "Yes, Grandma let her stay after her divorce. She said Linda needed time to get back on her feet." "Well, legally you now own the property. But per your grandmother's wishes, we'll keep this confidential for 6 months. Here's my card. Call me when you're ready to proceed." "What happens if Linda tries to sell it or something?" I asked. "She can't. The title is in your name. Any attempt would be flagged immediately," Marcus assured me. "And if she causes damage? Document everything. Take photos now, then again later. We'll handle it." I agreed, not understanding then what Grandma had seen coming. 3 weeks later, Linda invited the whole family to her house for Sunday dinner. I arrived to find my mother Sarah, my uncle Robert, and my cousins already there. "Oh, Allison's here," Linda announced. "Everyone, make room for the family failure." My mother's face went red. "Linda, that's uncalled for." "Is it though?" Linda laughed. "Sarah, your daughter is 32, and what has she accomplished? She works at a bookstore. A bookstore! Meanwhile, my children are doctors and lawyers." "I'm happy with my job," I said quietly. "Of course you are. Low achievers always are," Linda continued, pouring herself wine in what I now knew was my dining room. "I mean, look at this beautiful house I inherited from Mother. I'm planning to renovate the kitchen. That's what successful people do. They invest in property." "You inherited it?" I asked carefully. "Well, obviously, I was her daughter. You're just a granddaughter," Linda said. "Mother knew I'd appreciate it. Unlike you, I have taste and ambition." Uncle Robert shifted uncomfortably. "Linda, maybe we should—" "Robert, please. I'm simply stating facts," Linda interrupted. "Allison, sweetie, it's not too late to make something of yourself. Have you considered going back to school, learning a real trade?" My mother stood up. "We're leaving. Allison, let's go." "No, Mom, it's fine," I said, forcing a smile. "Aunt Linda, this is a beautiful house. Grandma really did have wonderful taste. She put so much love into it." "Finally, you said something intelligent," Linda smirked. "Maybe there's hope for you yet." As we left, my mother gripped my arm. "I'm so sorry, honey. I don't know what's gotten into her." "Don't worry, Mom," I said. "I have a feeling this will all work out." The next morning, I called Marcus. "I need to know something. Can Linda legally renovate my house without my permission?" "Absolutely not," Marcus said. "Have you seen any contractors there?" "No, but I want to know what else she might be doing. Something feels wrong about all this." "Let me make some calls. I have a friend who's a private investigator. His name is Tom Bradford, and he's excellent at this type of work." 3 days later, Marcus called me back. "Allison, you need to come to my office immediately." I rushed over. Marcus had papers spread across his conference table. "Your aunt has been renting out 2 bedrooms in that house for the past 4 months, he said. "She's charging $1,200 per room monthly. That's $2,400 a month in income from a property she doesn't own." "What?" I couldn't believe it. "There's more. She filed forged documents with the county claiming the house was transferred to her before your grandmother's death. She's been showing potential tenants these fake ownership papers." "That's fraud," I said. "That's exactly what it is. Forgery and fraud. We have evidence. Bank statements showing the rental deposits, text messages with tenants, and copies of the forged documents," Marcus explained. "Here's what I recommend. We gather more evidence, then confront her with everything at once. We'll need witnesses." "My mother should know," I said. "Good idea. Anyone else you trust?" "Uncle Robert, he's married to Linda, but he's a good man. I think he'd want to know the truth." "Are you sure about Robert?" Marcus asked. "He might side with his wife." "He's honest. If he sees proof, he'll do the right thing," I said. All right, let's arrange a meeting. The sooner we act, the better. I met my mother at a coffee shop that afternoon. Mom, I need to tell you something about Grandma's house. What about it? She asked. I own it. Grandma left it to me, not Linda. My mother's coffee cup clattered against the saucer. What? Grandma's will specifically left the house to me. Linda has been living there illegally for 6 months, and she's been renting out rooms for profit. That conniving? Mom stopped herself. Do you have proof? I showed her everything Marcus had compiled. Her hands shook as she read through the documents. How much has she stolen? Mom asked. Nearly $10,000 so far, I said. That woman has no shame. We're going to fix this, she said firmly. What do you need from me? Just be there when I confront her, and help me talk to Uncle Robert first. He deserves to know what she's been doing. We met Robert at his office the next day. He was a gentleman, nothing like his wife. Uncle Robert, I have something to show you, I said, laying out the evidence. His face went pale as he read. I knew something was wrong. She's been spending money like crazy. New clothes, jewelry, expensive dinners. I asked her about it, and she said she got a promotion. She got illegal rental income, my mother said bitterly. What happens now? Robert asked. We confront her and then we press charges, I said. I'm sorry, Uncle Robert. Don't be, he said quietly. I've enabled her behavior too long. It's time she faced consequences. I should have questioned things sooner. We planned the confrontation for the following Sunday. Linda had invited everyone for another dinner at my house. I arrived with Marcus, my mother, and Uncle Robert. Linda answered the door, clearly annoyed to see the lawyer. What's he doing here? She demanded. Linda, we need to talk, Robert said. About what? I'm hosting dinner. This is completely inappropriate. About this house, I said calmly. Can we all sit down? Linda rolled her eyes but led us to the living room, my living room. My 2 current tenants were upstairs. I could hear music playing. All right, what's this about? Linda asked, crossing her arms. Aunt Linda, who owns this house? I asked. I do. Mother left it to me. Everyone knows that. Really? Can you show me the paperwork? I asked. It's somewhere. I don't need to prove anything to you. This is ridiculous. Marcus opened his briefcase. Miss Linda Morrison, I'm Marcus Chen, attorney for Allison Parker. I'm here to inform you that you are currently illegally occupying property that belongs to my client. Linda laughed. That's ridiculous. Allison, what game are you playing? It's not a game, my mother said coldly. Show her, Marcus. Marcus laid out the will, highlighted and notarized. Mrs. Morrison's mother left this property exclusively to Allison Parker, her granddaughter. You have been living here without legal right for 6 months. Linda's face went white, then red. That's impossible. Mother wouldn't... But she did, I said. And that's not all. You've been renting out 2 bedrooms in my house and pocketing the money. I haven't... We have bank statements, Linda, Robert said quietly. I checked our accounts. $2,400 every month for 4 months. Where did you tell me that money came from? Robert, I can explain. You also forged county documents claiming ownership, Marcus continued. That's fraud and forgery, both felonies. The doorbell rang. Marcus stood up. That'll be Detective Harris. I called him before we arrived. You called the police? Linda shrieked. How dare you? Detective Harris entered, badge visible. Linda Morrison? Yes, she whispered. I'm Detective James Harris. I have a warrant for your arrest on charges of fraud, forgery, and theft by deception. No, this is a misunderstanding. Linda turned to Robert. Tell them this is our house. Robert looked at her with disappointment. I can't lie for you anymore, Linda. You committed crimes. I won't be part of this. Allison, please, Linda begged, turning to me. I'm your aunt. Family doesn't do this to family. You're right, I said. Family doesn't humiliate each other. Family doesn't steal. Family doesn't forge documents and commit fraud. You did all of that. I'll pay you back. I'll move out. Please don't do this. Mrs. Morrison, you need to come with me, Detective Harris said, moving toward her with handcuffs. Wait, can't we work this out? Linda pleaded. Allison, I'll give you anything. You have nothing to give. It's all mine already, I said calmly. As they led her away, she was still screaming, Allison, you're ruining my life. How can you be so cruel? My mother put her arm around me. You okay, honey? I'm better than okay, Mom. I'm finally standing up for myself. The trial took 4 months. Linda's lawyer tried everything, but the evidence was overwhelming. Marcus was brilliant, presenting bank statements, text messages with tenants, the forged documents, and testimony from Uncle Robert and my mother. Linda took the stand in her own defense. It was a disaster. "I thought the house was mine," she claimed. "It was an honest mistake." The prosecutor was ready. "Miss Morrison, explain these text messages where you told a tenant, and I quote, 'I own this property free and clear.' How is that a mistake?" "I believed it was true. And the forged county documents, the ones with your signature on falsified transfer papers? I don't know how those happened." "You don't know? The documents examiner confirmed your handwriting. Are you claiming someone forged your signature?" "No, I mean, maybe I made a mistake." "A mistake that earned you nearly $10,000? Linda had no answer. The jury deliberated for 3 hours, guilty on all counts. At sentencing, the judge was harsh. "Miss Morrison, you didn't just commit fraud. You stole from your own niece, forged legal documents, and showed absolutely no remorse until you were caught. I sentence you to 4 years in state prison and restitution of $15,000 to the victim." Linda sobbed. Her lawyer requested leniency. Denied. After the sentencing, Linda approached me in the hallway. "Allison, please, I'm sorry. I'll never forgive myself. Can you forgive me? We're family." I looked at her, really looked at her. "No, Aunt Linda, I can't. You didn't just steal money. You tried to steal my grandmother's final gift to me. You humiliated me in front of my family. You forged documents and committed crimes. Forgiveness isn't something you've earned." "But I'm family." "Family respects each other. You never respected me. Now you'll have 4 years to think about that." I walked away. My mother was waiting. "I'm proud of you," she said. "Thanks, Mom. Want to help me pick out new furniture for my house?" She laughed. "I'd love to." Uncle Robert divorced Linda while she was in prison. He apologized to me repeatedly, but I told him he wasn't responsible for her choices. He's actually become one of my closest friends now. I moved into my house, finally. I renovated the kitchen, the one Linda had bragged about planning to renovate. I planted a garden in the backyard, just like Grandma used to have. Every morning I have coffee on the porch of my beautiful home, the one my grandmother wanted me to have. Sometimes people ask me if I feel bad about sending my aunt to prison. I don't. Justice isn't about revenge. It's about accountability. Linda made choices, criminal choices, and she faced the consequences. She had every opportunity to be honest, to be kind, to be family. She chose greed instead. I learned something important through all of this. Standing up for yourself isn't cruel. It's necessary. Protecting what's yours isn't selfish. It's smart. And sometimes, the people who call you a failure are just projecting their own insecurities. My grandmother knew what she was doing when she gave me that 6-month wait. She wanted me to see who Linda really was before I took action. She taught me one final lesson. Trust yourself, protect yourself, and never let anyone make you feel small in a house that's rightfully yours. Have you ever had a family member try to take something that belonged to you? What would you have done in my situation? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.